great power
vengeance.
comes great responsibility.
I bet it feels huge in this hand.
Movements on!
On your left.
You are the chosen one!
Iron Man.
You're listening to the Heroes Get Remembered podcast.
And we're clear. All right.
So nice to have a visual with that now.
I know, right? Before I used to do that when we were doing the whole voice audio only. And I'd be like, and we're clear. And I didn't have anyone to do it for. So now it's nice to actually see some faces while
we gotta get the clapper.
And we're clear. Sorry for your ears, whoever I
But
just clapped into the microphone too.
You totally look like one of the cameramen from the movie right now, holding the camera back there with that ponytail.
Oh, it's so funny. Well, this has been a season in the making for sure. Not only did we start season 2, I'd say off with a bang because now we're doing video, but we have an extra head in the room too. We got Brandon here who's back, and he is now a part of the crew, a part of the ship, a part of the Heroes Get Remembered memory. And we promised you guys in season 1, Josh and I promised you in season 1 we would do this, and now we're finally here. Here is part 3 of a Batman podcast episode.
And it's crazy because, we've only got 29 days now, right now, till the Batman premieres.
It's crazy. I mean, we literally, I can't believe it. We're so close. We're 29 days away
From what looks like the darkest Batman movie. And that makes me so excited. Seeing
not just the
this
darkest.
Dark. It's just it's the trailer itself, like the Riddler. We've got the Riddler, who is just this nightmare of a human being. He looks like this crazy mixture of Scarecrow mixed with the Riddler. It's insane, and I'm here for it 100%. And then just the suit, the Batmobile, the voice. I'm pretty psyched.
We started talking about this, I think even from the first episode, when Robert Pattinson was first announced. Dom and I have been on board since the announcement. What about you, Brandon? Did you have your doubts about?
I've still got my reserves. I like Robert Pattinson as a person, mostly because he despises Twilight. But he just I still have this this weird little thing where his Bruce Wayne just looks a little weird, like scrawny emo kid, like 2010s emo kid Bruce Wayne.
I get that because I do, when he was first cast as well, as he seems more like Dick Grayson to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like once these set photos came out and the suit was announced and the first teaser trailer we got was announced, it was just I can dig it. Screw me having a bulky Batman. Let's just have a good Batman story. Who cares who's playing it? If the director can put together a great storyline, compelling, noir, dark, rich Batman storyline, I don't care who's playing it.
And it's going to be about 3 hours long.
And 2 hours and 55 minutes. It's going to be one of
That's
those.
insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sip that water that day. That's for sure.
Yeah. No bathroom breaks. I'm going to fit a catheter.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Man, because dude, for the past few of them, think about Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, they've been clocking out pretty high. And I remember when we saw I think Avengers Endgame was the longest running at the time. I told Dad, I said, I'm going to be bird sipping this water. And sure enough, by the time we got to the end credits and everything, and you hear Tony Stark hammering out the Iron Man mask and everything, I gulped the rest of the water down, went straight to the bathroom.
See, I for No Way Home, I didn't get anything. I was I got myself some Sour Patch Kids, put them inside my coat, opened them up so it was really quiet, and just sat there kind of eating them slowly.
Did you
But I man, I wasn't moving at all. I said screw that, especially for a movie of that magnitude. So for the Batman, I'm gonna make sure the girls are at my mother-in-law's house, and me and my wife go to the bathroom 5 times before we actually enter that theater, because I'm not leaving.
I might be having a solo mandate, because my wife has no interest in seeing Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah, I made sure that Paige was like, definitely wanting to go, because it's one of those things I can't miss. Just like No Way Home was something I could not miss. Like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I can miss that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can wait for that to come out if I have to, but I could not miss No Way Home, and I cannot miss Batman. That's just kind of just what it is.
Yeah, it's the most anticipated for me so far.
Oh yeah.
And I hope that, because I know you told me about Halloween Kills. Still haven't watched it yet, but they were always telling you it's worth the wait, and I really, I strongly believe that this film, above anything else, is worth the wait, because we were already supposed to have it by now.
Yeah, we were supposed to get it in October, and the amount of reshoots they did and just kind of touch-ups they did makes me happy, because I know that we're getting something great from Matt Reeves. It's nothing short of a masterpiece.
Yeah. And to touch on what you were saying, Brandon, to put it into perspective, we're talking like what, year 0, year 1 kind of Batman. So this is an early on Batman that's still trying to find his place, for one, but he's also trying to, make everybody aware that, hey, there's a new sheriff in town in Gotham, And what I really
it's actually
like,
year 2. It's actually
okay,
year 2.
so year 2.
Okay,
So
it is
very early on.
Yeah, so it is past his raw times where people were still assuming he was just murdering people and sucking their blood.
Yeah.
I think they might still think that, though.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some. It does look like him and Gordon are getting along, So we're past like the vigilante, and we're also chasing him, sort of thing,
Yeah.
Well, that was like what Matt Reeves said, is like, we got a backstory already for him. We know the origin story. We know his year 1, but we don't really know his year 2, and how maybe him getting a little too confident, or maybe not enough confidence, and more anger and vengeful Batman. We never actually seen anything like that. So to have that sort of character portrayed in this movie is gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah. And I know for a fact, like, when I've had some friends that were not even on the fence. They were totally just thinking this is going to be a George Clooney type of Batman film. And I said, no, you're wrong. You got to watch some of the last little bit of Robert Pattinson's career. Some of the best work he's done is the past few films that have come out. Oh man, but like Good Times, is that what it is? Yeah. And then that one with Tom Holland that came out on Netflix last year. The Devil
All the Time.
The Devil All the Time.
Yes,
yeah. He plays a Southern preacher, and it's so good.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful dude. And what really surprised me, I've been reading some interviews. He didn't even work out for this film.
Yeah.
And which I think is kind of cool.
Upset about that. There was a lot of
we went from Christian Bale, who was a pretty scrawny Batman. Then we got the biggest Batman we've ever had in Ben Affleck, who was the first time in film that Batman was bigger than Superman. And then now we went back to the sort of Christian Bale-esque body type. And I mean, I'm cool with it, as long as the choreography of the fighting is good. I don't care how big he is.
Yeah. I still think of him as just like he's starting out, so he hasn't put on as much muscle. He hasn't been hurt too terribly much, enough to feel like he needs to bulk up. But if they decide, I feel like they said they were going to make this a trilogy. So I think given the next film, he's really going to bulk up some, because he's even said that during the shooting process that he's like, I kind of wish I would have worked out, because I'm pretty sure his stamina wasn't up to it.
Yeah. I what was I say? I'm one of those guys who really did love what Ben Affleck brought to the character of Bruce Wayne, and to Batman in general. I mean, like Brandon said, one of the biggest Batmans we've seen on screen, with the exception of Kevin Porter, who to me should have gotten a shot playing Batman. If you guys don't know who Kevin Porter is, he's the one from the Bat in the Sun films.
Oh
most
yeah,
famous
I know who you're
Batman
talking
films.
about.
I mean,
Oh, I love him.
he's one of the best Batmans I've seen by far. So I really enjoyed Ben. I wish we could have got the Ben film that we're hearing so much about. The it's basically like Arkham Origins, with Deathstroke is a huge thing. I think that would have been an amazing Batman.
That was a
movie.
really cool little trailer.
Yeah.
I really what I'm kind of hoping for, and this is kind of just came out recently. I don't know if you guys saw Ezra Miller posted it was on Twitter or something. It was a Twitter video, and it's an article kind of cropped where it's just Ben Affleck's Batman. It's cropped and it says Ben Affleck out as Batman after Flash film, and then it says "ha ha ha" written across it, and Ezra posts on it. He's like, "You guys have no idea." And it's like, did he just tell us that we're getting another Ben Affleck movie?
Are we getting Flashpoint with Ben Affleck?
What's that?
Are we getting Flashpoint with Ben Affleck?
Well, Ben Affleck is going to be in the Flash movie, and it's rumored to say that's his last Batman movie.
Yeah,
but it's like with what he just posted, and even like Zack Snyder's push for him to get his stuff going. I don't know. Maybe we'll get the Ben Affleck Batman movie that we were supposed to get instead of the Matt Reeves Batman movie.
Yeah,
and this is also has nothing to discredit the Batman, which we've been talking about. But Matt said that the script was done. He read it. He thought it was fantastic. It just didn't fit his style. So that's why he chose to go another route. So that's why I'm like, dude, could this be? Could we get an Arkham Origins essentially, or an Arkham City, or an Arkham Knight? Dude, if we got an Arkham Knight live action movie, forget about it.
I'd shit my pants.
My
pants would be done.
I got to tell you though, if Ben Affleck does come back for it, I really want to see another one of those training videos, like in Batman v Superman, with him putting on those Cadillacs and then just chin ups. I was like, that's the kind of Batman I always envisioned how he trained. I mean, like the hardest, just junkyard type stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. Literally, we got a. While we're talking about big Batmans, by the way, I do want to show this. It keeps staring at me, and we're talking about like giant sized Batman, like bulking up and stuff. My first ever Batman issue I have, Batman 630. This was actually during the Under the Red Hood story arc. So this one in particular is like the Scarecrow was I don't know if he got like fear toxin. I think what happened was he thought he got dosed with fear toxin, or he may have, and he was basically fighting nobody in this scene. But this is one of my favorite books, and like I said, Batman 630, such an iconic cover, and look how big Batman is in that.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
When he first starts out and he's got the ski mask on and it's sort of like a gray shirt. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
And that's pretty deep into his campaign as Batman. That's Jason. Yeah. So the second Robin, he's already been through Dick. Dick has grown and gotten over being Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's grown for sure. Yeah,
that's what it's like to have a wife. Everybody.
Oh my god.
So Dick is over being Robin. Then he gets he moves on rather quick. Gets Jason. Jason dies. So I mean, this is a Batman who he feels the need to have to be bigger to protect the ones that he brings in. Yeah. So, I mean, he bulks up as he goes through. And I mean, I'm sure part of it was like art styles, but I mean, even in Dark Knight Returns, he was old as shit. He was just a huge physique man.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it just seems like as he got older and he started to fear for his like frailty, he decided to bulk up. So as he ages, like even Batman Beyond, Bruce Wayne was just a monster of a human being.
He was, yeah, absolutely. He was a big guy, and it's almost like that's like an area of what the newer comics are missing. You know, is a bulky Batman, a bulky Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely an art that art form that's lost.
Yeah.
When talking about who was playing, who didn't get a shot at playing Batman, who was Batman, I remember reading before Ben Affleck got the part as Bruce Wayne. Did you guys hear that Army Hammer was offered the role?
I think I remember hearing that.
I
Yeah,
feel like I heard something like that. Yeah.
That would have been insane because I think he just got off doing he did one movie where he had to like bulk up a lot, and I
Yeah.
was like, I think it was a movie with Henry Cavill.
It was a 300.
No,
Not 300. Immortals.
no, it was.
Oh wait,
I-
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna be really unprofessional right now, but I can't.
You know, when we're on the subject of who could have played Batman, I really wish John Hamm was given a shot to play Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, he
looks like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. He looks like Bruce Wayne.
Like
And
him
that's
in
not-
Mad Men
again,
is
yeah.
just like that's Bruce Wayne, except
now
not dressing
how
up as
about
Bat.
how about we do this? We're exploring the multiverse. Wow, multiverse in the DCU, right?
Mhm.
They're talking about exploring it. They're getting different Batman. We're getting Michael Keaton back. Still getting Ben Affleck. All these characters. What if they do a 1966 Batman, right? To pay homage to Adam West, almost a more serious version of the 1966 Batman, with John Hamm playing Batman in the cloth suits. How cool would that be? Because you're talking about a guy who what was it? It was Mad Men, 1955, right? That era.
Yeah.
He knows he's acted in that era. If you want to talk about it that way, so he kind of knows the feel of it.
Mhm.
What about that?
So we could get a cloth
The-
suit like 1966 noir Batman.
Not noir. I mean, you can go noir with it, or just kind of go simplistic with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched. I mean, I know Josh watched this. I don't know if you have, but it's amazing. You need to. Superman and Lois. Do you remember the opening scene, Josh, in Superman and Lois, when he
Saves that kid
gets
with the car? Yeah.
and he's wearing the classic suit? That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that one. Because then he's because the kid's like, "Oh, hey, I love your suit." And he goes, "Thanks, my mom made it."
Yep.
I almost cried, man. That was
Yeah, it
that was
was
a damn good
perfect.
scene, man.
Brandon, you got to watch the show. It is very good. And I haven't started watching season 2 just yet. It's so good.
I'll put it on my list.
Oh man,
I
you gotta
found that-
watch season 2.
I saw clips. I know. how
You
it
do you
starts.
know?
Yeah.
But do you know who he just fought?
Bizarro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so cool, and I was like, "Oh, I think I know who this is, man." I'm so excited.
So I saw the clip of him fighting or Bizarro like going crazy in the radioactive suit. I'm like, did they just do Doomsday already? And then the suit cuts off halfway, and you see the brokenness in the face. I'm like, holy crap, that's Bizarro.
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta get into this. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going full on this second season.
Yeah, and they're only 3
so-
episodes in, Brandon.
So I found the movie that Henry Cavill and Army Hammer were in.
Yeah.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.,
Oh, that's what I meant.
the spy
Yeah,
movie.
totally.
Yeah. So I mean, we could have possibly seen Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent duking it out in another movie before.
So what if? Sorry, Brandon, I mean to interrupt you, but what if?
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
What if we get an extension of the Snyderverse where we lose Ben Affleck's Batman, the look, we inherit a new face on that Batman in that universe. So we get the Ben Affleck. Let's say Ben Affleck decides, oh, you know what? I'll direct the Batman movie, but I don't want to be in the Batman. You can get this person to play Batman, but I'll direct. What would you guys think about that?
I'm down with it. I mean, we've already seen that Ben Affleck is great at storytelling anyways. I mean, The Town, That's one of my all-time
Argo.
favorite films. Argo. I know he's done some more, and of course,
Gone
like
Girl.
yeah,
Gone Girl was fantastic.
Goodwill Hunting.
then-
just writing the film for that, we just know he's really good at storytelling. So I'm down with his directing.
Then why
abilities.
don't we go the route of Bruce passing the torch? Because this was an older Batman. Batman v Superman Batman was an older Bruce Wayne.
There's no one
we
to pass
saw
the
the
torch too.
True. We saw the Robin suit. We all assumed that was Jason. So this was a world where Tim never came through.
It was Dick.
It was Dick's.
Zach confirmed it was Dick Grayson.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it was a world where we just never got a Jason Todd.
Yeah. Ultimately.
Well, here's a
I
good
also
question.
want to real quick. I do want to quick little spot check there. You see that guy? You see that little bat there?
Your bat. You're really
Your little man bat?
You were really quiet.
You see that bat right there? You see that? You see that guy? Yeah.
It does kind of look like Man Bat.
I got that the night Batman vs Superman premiered.
Hashtag Tiger Army. Just kidding.
Anyway,
Well, here you go. Here's a good question for you guys. So obviously live action is a big thing now. So what storyline from Batman would you love to see as a live action?
you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see for sure Death in the Family, but we've got to build to that point. So we've got to establish a relationship, a really good relationship, not that whole Chris O'Donnell type of Robin, you know.
Yeah.
I want to see it from beginning to end because you want to feel that. So it would be like a trilogy, pretty much. But
Yeah.
to see the growing up and then to lose him and all that, and that like be the final scene, that's the kind of shit I want to see.
No
Real quick,
death
I want to
in
get
the family, not death of
Yeah.
the family.
Death in the Family, yeah.
I want to get away from trilogies as best as I can because I feel like a lot of actors nowadays are doing trilogies and just kind of leaving the role, with the exception of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, obviously, because they make cameos and different stuff. But if we're gonna do Death in the Family, and you say you want to build it up, I mean, the first three movies is gonna be, solo Batman inheriting, Dick Grayson, and then Batman and Robin essentially, and then you're gonna have to go into from episode movie 3 to 4. At some point, Dick has to leave
Yeah.
Bruce, right? And then you have to pick up Jason, and somewhere along the line, you also need the Killing Joke story arc somewhere with Batgirl, right? So essentially, like, it would be great to see it in a movie, but maybe it's better off in a more cinematic television show.
Well, that could work too. I'm down with that, but you just want to be able to be invested in it,
Yeah.
spend time and it's kind of like say The Walking Dead, for instance, it's like, you love Glenn, but the guys who read the comics and all that know what was going to happen to him anyways and all that. But then you see it, and it's like, it's so much harder because you only saw it on a piece of paper. And then when you saw it in real time and all that, you're like, wow, that
Way
has
to
much
open
more
up-
of an impact.
Way to open up old wounds, Josh.
Yeah, for real. It was brutal.
I'll
either way.
find you. Everybody, did you watch the oh man, the robot chicken Walking Dead episode? Oh man, they do that. They make fun of that. Like literally, Steven Yeun he's going around with that busted ass face, and he's like, "I'll find you," and Maggie's like, "That's all he says is I'll find you."
My wife hates The Walking Dead. She watched that episode and she got a little emotional because she watched a little bit of of the season leading up to that, and even she got emotional. She doesn't get emotional over TV shows.
Well, it's tough. I mean, think about when their whole run through Terminus, and that moment when Glenn sees Maggie and then runs toward her and whatnot. Like that's a beautiful moment,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And then in 3 more seasons he's got it,
So back to what we're talking about. So I was thinking about a movie or a book into a movie the whole time, and Hush keeps coming into my head.
Oh,
Hush would
that's
be
the one.
a fantastic. Almost like I almost feel that's something Matt Reeves could do, especially introducing Riddler so early into his trilogy of movies. You could probably do a Hush storyline and make it as dark and gritty as you're going for. So I think Hush would make a pretty good live action movie.
Yeah. And also to add to that, he also said he got I guess, some inspiration from the Zodiac Killer for this Riddler.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Zodiac, but a wonderful film. And if you don't know about the Zodiac Killer, you should totally go and check out this whole Zodiac Killer thing. It's the craziest thing ever. It's I like hearing that, just like something that's real life in this story. I think that's pretty cool to incorporate things like that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you.
I think the first full volume of Batman I read was Death of the Family. So that entire storyline, so that entire storyline from the Joker face, that whole thing would be terrifying. I don't know who would play the Joker, because my only choice would be I feel like Heath Ledger's Joker would kill that role. That's depressing. I don't even acknowledge Jared Leto.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah. But Death of the Family, I mean, that would have to be a TV show. I don't see how you could like, even if you were to do a trilogy, there would be too much cut out. I feel like that would have to be like a Titans-esque TV show on HBO Max, where they could be as violent as they want to. I was watching Peacemaker earlier. Oh my god. I just finished episode 1.
Oh.
So I mean, it's so good and so tastefully violent. Like I never thought I'd put those two words together, but tastefully violent, and that's what like they need to do. Who is it that James Gunn is part of it?
Yeah, he wrote Peacemaker.
So that like, hey, give him a call.
Yeah, totally didn't mean to say trilogy. I mean, like live action in general.
No, but like I can't. I hate how I'm so excited that that the Batman is going to be almost 3 hours long, because that means it's going to take its time. It's going to take its time to get where it needs to go. What bugs me, like how they did Infinity War and Endgame, there was so much within that storyline. As long as and it was 2 movies, and as long as they were, it still felt kind of rushed. Mostly the build up to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, if you did like a TV show, you could have taken your time with that. Like you do 8 episode seasons, that's 8 hours of content for a season. And then you've got so much buildup within that time. I just think TV shows, like live action TV shows, are the way to go, especially with like building the universe. Like even if you did like how Marvel had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it kind of tied everything together. Like it had that little in between.
But in the end, it didn't.
I didn't finish it, so
it's not canon anymore.
Great. But that would be awesome if like if that's how they did like Flashpoint, if they tied Flashpoint in with the DC extended universe, and then like did Death of the Family, and like sort of how they do like you have your individual issues that go along with the storyline, but they're not part of the main storyline.
Yeah,
it's all happening at the same time, but it's their own stories.
Yeah, and you can just fill in the timeline yourself. There's going to be a fan out there that would totally put that all together, make a whole timeline.
Yeah.
Well, that would be pretty good.
There's a guy on TikTok right now who's doing the supercut of the MCU. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. It's pretty cool.
Whew, man, that's a lot of work, but kudos to that guy.
Yeah, I think he said it was like, I don't know, like 2 weeks of work or something like that. Like the stuff, the file size itself is just like a terabyte and a half or something. It's insane. Yeah.
So is he getting a call from Marvel or something? Like
he got bored. He decided to do it one day.
Yeah, because not only is it like, it's not like one entire movie after the other. It's like intermixed in between. He's splicing it and putting it all together, so it's one continuous storyline, and it's like you're not missing a second of it.
Yeah, like it will go from being Iron Man to being the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, so like you'd have Thor Ragnarok mixed in with Civil War, and like Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
A lot
that's
like that.
awesome.
Yeah, so it's like you'll know it's like watching a soap opera then. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, well, we've spent a little bit of time with this character. Now let's see what this
Yeah.
character's up to.
Yeah.
Like when Ross is like, does anybody even know where Hulk is? And then they like cut over to fucking to Ragnarok, and Hulk's like beating the shit out of Thor.
You bad friend.
I
My favorite.
know him.
But I think another good idea would be like to go out of left field and then bring it home all together. I was just thinking about this, but to have like the Dick Grayson origin story, you know, the Flying
Yeah.
Graysons, him growing up in a trapeze artist family, you know, that
Yeah.
all the way, and then like make that go like 5 or 6 seasons when he's definitely old enough to lose his family and all that, and give it another couple of seasons of good
Yeah.
detective work.
Like
with
if we
Batman
got
and
if we
whatnot.
got Gotham, but for Dick.
You mean
Yeah.
Bloodhaven?
Bloodhaven.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
we got the Gotham show, but for Dick
Yeah,
Grayson, and
because
each
that way-
individual Robin.
Yeah, because then that way you're invested all the way up until death of family, and then
Yeah.
it's like, wow, we lost a main character, and then do a whole new series after that. Because
Yeah.
also another big thing happening. CW just ordered a pilot for Gotham Knights.
Knights. Yeah, that happened today.
Big news right there.
Gotham Knight, that's badass. So is it going to be, I'm assuming Batman's not going to be in it because the DC extended universe isn't going to allow it, but it's probably going to be Cassandra Cain, Tim, probably.
The DCEU is ever growing, right? The multiverse is ever growing.
Yeah.
So it literally can be Dick, Barbara, Jason, and Tim. It could be anybody, honestly. Gotham Knights could be anybody. So you could
Yeah.
be talking. You're talking Stephanie. You're talking Cassandra. You're talking Tim, Damian, even Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly
They
Brown.
can, and then they could throw in the whole We Are Robin comic series.
There's so much they can do with that.
Yeah.
And plus
Maybe
it's
call
not like
Gotham
we're gonna.
Knights. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think we'll just stay in Gotham either, which would be really cool to have, like you said,
Yeah.
Bloodhaven and all these other metropolitan areas.
I agree. Yeah, there's so many storylines you can just pull upon. That would be
Killing Joke
fantastic.
live action with Mark Hamill Joker.
Whew, man, I would love
Man, that's yeah.
that. Now, see, and you thought you couldn't get past Heath.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
be kind of cool to see him all done up though, because he's,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean here, but like he's old enough, kind of wrinkly enough
Yeah.
to
I
have
would
that
take-
creepy looking clown look.
I would take Killing Joke, but with Willem Dafoe as the
Ooh.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
If
And
we're,
then-
if we're
and-
going Killing Joke, Willem Dafoe Joker there, and
Then bring back Ben Affleck for Dark Knight Returns live action.
we already
Totally.
got that.
Yeah, pretty much.
BVS. That was Dark Knight Returns,
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
So-
but
or Batman, or yeah,
Dark Knight Returns.
No, so Willem Dafoe, Joker, opposite of who would be a good Batman?
Well, I guess we have to depend on the size of the Batman now. Do we want a big
Oh.
Batman or a small Batman?
well, Killing Joke was a more gristled
more
Batman. I don't even know. It's a good
Mickey
question.
Rourke.
Get out of here, Josh. I'm leaving the call.
Oh man.
You see him coming out there. "I'm Batman."
He forgets he's not in Iron Man 2 anymore.
Yeah.
Starts doing Whiplash.
Bird,
Yeah.
my bird.
Get me my bird.
Let's see. I mean, I'll just stick with who I wanted before, but John Hamm. Willem Dafoe opposite John Hamm for
Yeah.
Batman Killing Joke.
You know what's funny is
Um,
I've never really given thought to another Batman as more as I have more Marvel characters like Wolverine and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have not thought about who should take up the cowl even after Robert Pattinson. I don't know.
How about you bring back George Clooney
He could totally be the older.
And the nipple suit.
Yeah.
in a nipple suit?
Yeah.
They're a package deal. They're a package deal.
I swear Kevin Smith should make a film where he gets George Clooney on there just for like a post-credit scene to be like, the nipples
never-
weren't my idea, guys.
I feel like that was definitely more seamless than the past 2 episodes we recorded.
Yeah, I know.
But,
Well, I mean, this one was kind of like the first episode with me was kind of like the honeymoon phase. And then last week last week was all the technical difficulty, and then we recorded on an off day. So I feel like this week we were getting back in the groove with like a conversation piece that we could all just vibe on. And it doesn't even feel like it doesn't feel like we're doing something. It just feels like we're talking about it because this is just how we normally talk.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what made it so nice. This one for sure. But speaking of doing something, this is something that we wanted to do last year. Josh and I talked about it, and we were excited, and we never did it. And this particular item sat on my shelf and collected dust, and I was about to break it out and put it on my shelf, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. And I was like, well, maybe I'll sell it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that either because I just can't, because it was meant for this. So starting today, now today is technically February 4th, but when this episode is uploaded, it will be February 5th. So exactly 1 month from the Batman premiere, we are hosting a giveaway. So this giveaway is
It's a big one.
It's a big one for
Oh,
sure.
what they'll win.
It's an exciting one. It's gonna be about 5 things, and then I'll show you the things. You have to follow our rules to what we would like you to do to actually be entered into this. Now this only pertains to the continental United States. And I'm sorry, we're not shipping overseas, not shipping to Australia. I apologize. But first thing on our list is this McFarlane special, the Batman Who Laughs. Now this is part of the Build-A-Figure set. So you got the heads and the shoulder pads and the sword for Mericles. But this is a very popular item right now, especially the Build-A-Figure one. But it goes for $50. So, I mean, even if you want to resell it, then you're getting $50 right there. This is a pretty cool one. So, Batman Who Laughs. To assist the Batman Who Laughs, the premiere of Batman Who Laughs came in Dark Knight's Metal. So we're going to send the Dark Knight's Metal along with it. Absolutely amazing storyline. You get the Batman Who Laughs, you get Red Death, you get the Drowned, the Dawnbreaker, the Murder Machine, the Mericles, and the Devastator. So this is, I mean, you got Scott Snyder, Grant Morrison on this book. One of my favorites.
Snyder is a legend with Batman.
Snyder is a legend, man.
It's so good.
But Dark Knight's Rising, Batman Who Laughs. Also, kind of sad to part with this guy. This is something I got a few years back, but it was an exclusive through a company. This is the exclusive, and you can see right there, exclusive. The Joker Batman popped from Loot Crate. This came out probably, I don't know if there's a date on here.
A couple years old.
This is probably closer to, like, if this is a date, it says July, maybe June 2014.
Wow.
So yeah, almost 10 years old on this guy. And then to cap it off, for these 4 items, we got Jim Lee canvas, which is
beautiful.
I love this thing. Now, the final piece. The 3 of us agreed. The final piece in this giveaway will be two tickets to the Batman in your theater of your pick. So you just gotta let us know when we decide who, when we pick the winner. It'll be randomly drawn. We will purchase your tickets to the theater of your choice to go see this movie. We are excluding IMAX. Let's make that clear. But you're still getting to go see the movie on us. Now, how do they enter?
So I think we all decided we're gonna do the you're gonna have to follow the Heroes Get Remembered Instagram and TikTok. you're going to have to go to the Heroes Get Remembered Instagram and DM us a secret passcode.
And the password is
That password is Charizard.
That's right.
That's right.
It's a trick. We didn't want anybody trying to guess the fucking password thinking it's some Batman shit. No, it's fucking Charizard.
Yeah, so
Well,
when you
it's-
see the
it's-
post on Instagram, like it and DM us with the password Charizard for your chance at all 5 of those items.
And you must be following. Don't try to fucking just go in there and DM us. Are the DMs only open to followers?
No, they're open to everybody.
Okay, so you must be a follower. We will check to make sure you're a follower. Send a screenshot of you following the TikTok, because it'd be really cool if we can like sync up the followers for the TikTok and the Instagram and all the other social media. So screenshot that you follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram, DM us Charizard, and you are entered.
And if you're hearing about this from a friend, share in those prizes if you win.
Please. I think I'm sorry, we're gonna add that in there as well. To share the post.
Yes.
Share the video to your story, share the video to your friends. But you must share it as a like, share, follow, DM us.
I mean, word of mouth is how this is going to get out. It'd be great if we could just grow this exponentially. And we're hoping that the giveaway, and maybe this won't be the last one. Maybe the success of this will lead into more giveaways. So just like tell your friends. I know since I joined the podcast, even before then, I was telling people about it. But when I joined the podcast, I was sending this out, really trying to help out my buds, my good friends and family. Josh and Dom, they brought me in, and it's time to make this shit explode. So tell your friends, let's get this going.
Josh, tell them where to find us.
Oh man, you can find us on all the platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Heroes Podcast Official. You'll find us on all those platforms. Make sure to like, share, and follow. We're going to put up a post with all those prizes. Make sure to like that post as well. And don't forget to DM us Charizard for your chance at all those prizes.
And Josh, can we win?
We can't win. We can just look at them from afar.
I kind of won already because it's sitting right here in my room. But
I really want
to see it
break
go, though.
open the book, man. That's what I want to do.
yeah,
I have it, so I'm just gonna go read that now.
All right.
guys.
Another one in the books. Thank you guys so much. Let's have a good
Until
night.
next time.
See you guys
Later.